It's the Russ Parr Morning Show. On the phone line right now, I have Jim Cowen. I hope it's Cowen or Cohen, Executive Director, Collaborative for Student Success. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Did I say your last name right? Cohen
You did.
or Cowen?
You did.
Okay.
It's Cowen.
That's Cowen. Okay, gotcha. Hey, tell us a little bit about CSS, Collaborative for Student Success.
Well, we've been around for about 5 years now, and our main mission is to help advocate for schools throughout the country to make sure that states are pushing for higher standards and making sure every kid has a good chance for a college or career.
You know, it's amazing because you have Betsy DeVos, who is head of education. Is she sharing your same vision?
Well, I mean, I think the most important thing to think about with the secretary is that there's been a lot of new laws put in place, and there's been a lot of more attention and control handed to the states. And because of that, groups like ours have a kind of an increased responsibility, I think, to look at how schools are performing across the country.
So how do we build on the disparities and the inequalities in our schools? How do we do that?
I mean, that's a huge question, a big question. I mean, right now, Russ, there's more than 9 million kids across the country that are in our low-performing schools. Mm-hmm. And of those, at least 2/3 are students of color and 3 or 4 are low income. So
because we don't have the adequate resources in those schools. So does your organization go about, hey, listen, we're identifying the issue here. This school does not have one computer. These kids don't have utensils to write with and things like that. Do you guys go after that?
So what we did is we brought together a lot of experts from across the field. These were former teachers, former superintendents, former members from state policy organizations. And we asked them to say, we sat them down and said, what is the most important thing that should happen as states are putting together these plans to address the schools? Mm-hmm. And then we used that to see how each of the states compared. Right. And some of the states did a great job. Some of those things were things like, you talked about resources. A big part of that was, are the states aligning their resources the right way? Are they making the best use of them? And are they planning to help schools deal with that?
Let me ask you this. There is a shortage, and I could be wrong, but the last stats that I've read, we have a shortage of teachers.